Hello, hello. Welcome to ChateauTea.com. I'm Deborah and I'm so happy you can join me today as I strive to have Chateau Tea be your source for teas of all kind, including chai tea and a resource for information and health information and things for your spirit and your heart. I just thought we'd have a little fun today with some tea dyeing of Easter eggs. Since Easter's right around the corner, the greatest event to ever happen to mankind, let's have some fun with some dyeing some Easter eggs. Let's see how this works. And we're kind of having an experiment, a live experiment together today, so thank you for joining me. Let's start with the type of teas that I thought we'd try. Of course, I have my regular cup of tea here because, just feel that relaxation of all those wonderful healthy spices going in, that lovely warmth of a cup of tea, and just that peace it brings. I love it. So let's have a little fun again here. I'm going to show you 3 ways how to dye or use or decorate with your Easter eggs that have been dyed naturally. So first, I've got 5 different teas or spices that we're going to give a try. Number 1 is this Cherry Cosmos tea, which is a beautiful loose leaf tea. You're going to take just a cup at a time for dyeing your eggs. You don't want to use a lot at a time. So this is loose leaf, so you're going to make this just like you would your regular tea. Put it in a tea strainer, pour your hot water over it, and let it sit until it cools to room temperature. Key number 1, I have steeped these all like I would regular tea, even if it's a spice, but it has to cool to room temperature. My eggs are also at room temperature. And I'm going to share something fun about these eggs in a second. So I'm sorry we're all out of this online right now, but I hope to have some really soon. Again, this is a beautiful cherry tea with some hibiscus in it. This, I thought we'd use some matcha green tea. Everybody's heard of matcha green tea? It is so full of antioxidants. It is so good for you. You can put it in your smoothie, anything like this. This comes in a powder, so you don't have to use a strainer of any kind. You can just put it right in your cup, pour your hot water over it, stir it up, and let it sit. And then again, let it come to room temperature. Now we try a little French lavender. This is a blue French lavender. Not sure how this is going to work for an egg dye, but we'll find out. I have a sweet friend who does some fabric dyeing with herbs and flowers and things. She suggested to try some rosemary. So I did it the same way as I put the rosemary in a tea strainer, put it over, and then just poured my hot water over to let it steep. Remove my strainer. Then it didn't seem like it was doing too much, so I just put some of the rosemary right in the water with the hot water to allow it to steep. Let's see what's going to happen with this. Again, that's allowed to come to room temperature. Now, maybe my favorite, just because it is my chai tea, the black chai tea that has the cinnamon and cardamom, cloves, and some cinnamon essential oil in there I've added, along with that dash of black pepper that just amplifies all those spices together. The health benefits are magnificent. Cinnamon is full of antioxidants. It's a stress reducer. It also helps balance not only your blood sugar levels, but your cholesterol. It's a wonderful thing. Cloves can help with your liver. Cardamom has fabulous benefits. Oh, and the ginger. Did I forget to say ginger? Because the ginger, excellent for anti-inflammatory things, for in your joints and your body, which we know that the root of most diseases is caused by some sort of inflammation. Just imagine the aromas in here. We've got this beautiful hibiscus and cherry tea. We've got this wonderful green tea, and I did a little something special in that one too. Some magnificent French lavender, the rosemary, and then all the beautiful spices of the chai. This is just a joyous, all around fun thing to do. Whether it works or not, I don't know. Let's find out. So, number 1, let's start with over here with our cherry tea and see how this is going. Okay, so I put these eggs have been in here for about 10 minutes. I think it's a little more of a patient thing to do here. Oh, well, of course, most important, after it's all cooled, I took white vinegar and put in 1 tablespoon into each one of the cups, just like you would if you're using those Easter egg dies from the store, right? It's that simple. And just a dash of salt in each cup as well. Little pinch, just not even a dash, just a pinch in each. So you get this beautiful, it helps it make it more of a dye or a stain to stay in on our eggs. So let's try this first one. Now I'm going to share something special with you about this one. This is a raw egg. Look at this beautiful color. Oh my goodness. Whoops, I'm dripping just a little bit. This is from the cherry tea. This is a magnificent lavender. And I don't know if you can see that, but it's almost as though there's stripes coming along all the way around the egg. I'm going to put this on my cookie cooling tray, the grid with some paper towel underneath so the dye doesn't get on the table, just to let that dry evenly. Oh, it's so beautiful, beautiful pastel-y color. Let's see what happens with our green matcha tea. And I did something else in here. I just wanted to see what would happen since we're having some fun here. Look at this one. This one, oh, that is surprising. It's almost a citron, almost a yellow golden from this green tea. Oh, I love it, love it. And I'm going to set this down just for a sec because I put something else in here. I wanted to try to have I put some small spinach leaves in here, and I thought that it might be fun just to do some decorating of the egg and have a little artistic fun and see how these would dry on our egg to give another little unique and beautiful effect. Look at that. Now I'm going to put this on our drying tray again. So we've got so far the cherry and the green. Now let's see what's happening with our lavender here. Not quite of as intense color. So you can see I just left the lavender buds in here. So we'll have some of them on our egg. But oh, look at this. Very gentle. Look at it compared to the cherry, but a very, very gentle, pastel-y, lovely color to add to our arsenal of beautiful, naturally dyed Easter eggs by tea. Here we look at what's happening here. Now this one, I don't think the rosemary, I must have missed a little tip in here. So all the rosemary, this is rosemary that I actually grew on from a Christmas rosemary tree that I use. When you cook it, you'll want to chop it up real little, you know. But this, I just put it all in here, hoping it would give it a little more of some intense coloring. Now, compared to the white egg, we've got, let's just compare one to that's not dyed. It's a very, very soft pinky tone. Absolutely lovely. Maybe not as intense as I might have hoped for, but it's still a beautiful, beautiful color. Let's put that down for in with that. Now, let's check my favorite. Interesting, I've got two different eggs in here, and I'm going to show you them just for fun. So here is one that is, again, this is a hard-boiled egg, like you would normally do. Normally we would hard-boil an egg and then color that. Look at this from the chai tea. This chai tea, this organic and kosher chateau tea, chai tea right there. Oh, it's just magnificent. It's almost a blushy pink, like my top. It's a little bit more orangey, and it is absolutely stunning, if you ask me. This natural dye is just beautiful. Now, before I show you this other special thing, I'm going to show you why some of these are just an egg that is, if you can hear it, these are the ones that are room temperature, but are not hard boiled. I've got a little push pin here. Way to have these so you can save these year after year is I'm going to take this push pin and I'm going to poke a hole in both ends of this egg a couple little times. You got to hold it gently so you don't accidentally crack the whole egg after you've dyed it, but those are drying, so I'm just going to do it here. You know, when I was a little girl, my mom she would teach me how to make Ukrainian Easter eggs. Has anybody ever seen those? Because they are magnificent. It's using a resist of wax. They're highly detailed, and you put the wax on, and and then stick it in dye, and then put some more wax on, stick it in a different dye, and then at the end you melt off all the wax. You get these very intricate designs. Maybe we'll do that next year. But in blowing these eggs, I've straightened out I've just taken a paper clip and straightened it out. Now I've got these holes on each end of the egg. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm just mixing up my yolk on the inside so that it's a little bit easier to blow out. We're just blowing these eggs out. Now there's no really ladylike way to do this. So I'm just going to give you, all you do is like you're giving somebody CPR, but just blow on your egg until it's all empty. And then you can allow these to dry and save it for all of time. It won't get, you can leave it out where you can't leave out your hard-boiled eggs overnight or anything. You could also, because it's a blowed out egg, you can also put some ribbon on it or put it all the way through, thread it all the way through and hang it on your Easter tree or just as an Easter decoration. It makes a lovely keepsake, whether you're doing it with your kids, just for yourself or your grandkids, a way to save the eggs that they don't go bad. Now here's the final idea of, I wanted to show you for dyeing Easter eggs. This is a hard-boiled egg that's peeled, a peeled hard-boiled egg. Now, I've done this before with regular dye. I thought it'd be beautiful to do here with our tea dyeing. So I've put this one in the chai that's been there probably for a few minutes. Let's see how long it takes to get some color on that one in our cherry. But what's lovely about this is then, here's one I took out already. Now look, this one didn't peel very well because I did these, hard-boiled these the other day. But the ones I did today peeled just magnificently. And what I find works best is I get the hot water to boil, throw some salt, a little bit of salt in there again. Let it boil, put the eggs in, and then boil for about 2 minutes. Just slide the pan off the heat. Let the eggs sit there for 5-10 minutes, and then take it over to the cold water. And then when you peel it, crack it of course, and peel it, then you get a beautiful smooth egg that does not have all these rough parts. But this is one that I dyed in the chai earlier. So what we're going to do is just take our knife, cut it in half. We're going to make our, take out your yolk. Let's see. Make your deviled eggs, or what I like to call angel eggs, just like you would regularly, but you're going to mush up your yolk, add your mayonnaise, your seasonings, however you would like to do it. Fill your egg back up. Here's one that was filled back up. Look at this one with the beautiful purple color that was in the cherry tea. And you can have dyed eggs that are angel eggs that are filled. You fill them back up with the centers, like you would. I would add a little bit, sprinkle some dillweed on the top to just finish that off nicely. Put these on the table as a beautiful addition to your Easter brunch, your Easter table, as an appetizer. When people come in, they will be so blown away and surprised that those are actually colored eggs that are you make into your angel eggs instead of deviled eggs. Look at how beautiful, again, this chai tea one has come out, this lovely yellow color. So when we cut this open, this is again one, it just was one that peeled beautifully. And you cut it in half like you would when you're going to make your angel eggs. Take out your yolk, mix it up with your mayonnaise, your seasonings, however you usually make your eggs. Fill them back up. And voila, you have a beautiful appetizer or addition to your Easter table that will just surprise and delight your guests. So look at all these beautiful different eggs. These nice leaves are drying beautifully on here. These colors are just beautiful. Here's another little tip for your table. This is a little cup that you can bake a cupcake in or something. And I put a little Easter grass in there. Look what happens when you take one of our beautifully dyed eggs, set that in there, and you have an elegant table decoration, maybe one for each of your guests, and you have the pride of being able to share your love of tea in a whole new way. So have a very blessed Easter. Thank you for joining me. Visit me at chateautea.com soon. Bye-bye.